Does God plant people along our paths in life?
Question and answer time in E-Life class. Does God plant people on our ways? This question seems to stem from a perspective that attributes everything that happens directly to God. However, that's not how I view life. I don't hold God personally responsible for all that happens. When I throw something up and it comes down, I see the law of gravity at work. I see God as the creator who established life to run on laws, natural laws, physical laws, emotional laws, and spiritual lives, on laws. I don't think of God as being personally responsible for making whatever I throw up to come down. Its laws govern life, and I seek to understand these laws and pattern my life accordingly. There's this story in 1 Samuel chapter 30 where David returns to his base, to his community, to find that everything has been razed to the ground. Their wives have been taken away, their properties are all gone. Did God make that happen? I don't think so. But they were distressed, they prayed, and God assured them that they will recover all. So on their way to recovering all, they saw this chap who had been abandoned, who was weak, and who had not eaten for days. And they nursed him back to life. And then they discovered that this guy had been part of the party that raided their community. And he took them to the party that raided their community. And that's how they were able to recover all. The question is, did God plant this Egyptian servant on that field? I don't know. But for me, the lesson I take away from that story is that irrespective of their appearance, I shall help anyone I'm able to help. In this instance, David and his fellows, this guy helped David and his fellows to recover all they had lost. The guy was an answer to David's prayer. Or the story of Joseph, did God plant his brothers in his family? I don't know. And then he was sold into slavery. Did God plant Mrs. Potiphar there on his way? I don't know. Did God send the baker and the cupbearer of Pharaoh to serve at the same time Joseph was in jail? I don't know. But what I know and the lessons I have learned from the story of Joseph is that to use my gifts and opportunities I have to serve God and to serve people. He interpreted the dream of the baker and the cupbearer, and one of them introduced him to Pharaoh. And while he was in Potiphar's house, he was performing to the audience of one. Nobody would have known if he had succumbed to Mrs. Potiphar's advances. But the lesson for me is that to always perform to the audience of one, even when no human is watching. So those are the lessons I take away from these stories I see in the Bible. Not asking, did God plan that? Did God arrange that? No, life does happen. And I concentrate on learning and developing necessary skills and attitude to please God in every situation and in my interpersonal relationships, and trust the kingdom of God to make all things work together for my good, according to Romans 8:28.